So let's get up to Darren for race number 7, second leg of the quaddie. We're one away from our Group 1, the Drummond Golf Northerly.
White cap being worn by Chris Parnham. They're set to go. Racing, didn't begin all that well from the inside. Has to really dig it up. Sky Duke, Capital Flight, first of them away. Ain't No Other Man, Cut the Talk, driving forward. And then Play That Funky Music, who can't get near the speed either. In behind those, Viamonte and Moishu. So back on the inside, the 3-year-old HANCHI after being tardily into stride. Super Session Metallan also well back. And tailed off a long last is Probity. They're low level flying at the 500 as they charge off the riverside of the track, and Ain't No Other Man led them. Ain't No Other Man a length. Cut the Talk 2 to Capital Flight. Sky Duke fourth on the rail, and then Play That Funky Music. To the outside is Moishu. Back behind them came HANCHI. It'll have to thread its way through, and Super Session is starting to charge right down the outskirts as Cut the Talk ranges up. Goes to the lead now from Ain't No Other Man, but here comes HANCHI. He's coming at Cut the Talk. He's cutting the margin, and HANCHI far too good. That was a brilliant win by HANCHI from Cut the Talk or Super Session. Won't be much in it for second. Play That Funky Music, followed by Viamonte, Moishu. Ain't No Other Man and Sky Duke. Probity. It passed a couple of the stragglers home, including Capital Flight, who did nothing, and neither Metallan, who's last of all. HANCHI, ridden by Chris Parnham, has taken out the Furphy handicap. The 3-year-old came out of the Placid Arc Stakes at his most recent run. Didn't step the cleanest of all. Parnham was hard at work to get him to fire through onto the bridle. Coming back to the 1,000 this afternoon. But with the pace on and the time they've run, 57.59. Any horse with a scintilla of ability from back in the field was going to be able to have a presence. And it was the favourite in HANCHI number 10. For Sean and Jay Casey, the Squamosa gelding ridden by Chris Parnham wins for Wally Daly. Beats 4 Cut the Talk, Lacknow Romilly holding on from 12. Super Session, Clint Johnston Porter, and 3 Play That Funky Music. 3/4, a long neck are the margins here after the running of race number 7. Fine win though by HANCHI, home in 33.95. And the 1,000 certainly was on the short side for this horse coming back from the 1,200 of the Placid Arc, but boy, didn't he just, in that last 100, put his mind on the task and cut the leaders down impressively. The next in the feature is the Group 1 Drummond Golf Northerly Stakes over 1,800 metres. Lockie Taylor's down in the yard.
Getting there right on the line, so he's a really nice horse.
It's back to Jake Casey.
Certainly is, Jake. A few nervous moments throughout. Describe what you were thinking as the gates opened. He was tardy away, as you almost predicted in our pre-race interview, but from there, Chris gave him a lovely ride throughout.
Yeah, no, the start was a bit of a worry, but Chris was looked a lot more confident than I did. No, I was surprised how well he hit the line. You know, he's always found the line, but he's never savaged it like that, so it was a pretty impressive win.
Is it fair to say he's not the complete furnished product yet? It looked like he was picking the runs through, but still there was something about him where he wasn't completely hitting his top gear until he got into really clear air at around the 100-metre mark.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's still, building into a nice horse, I think the further he goes, the better he's going to get. So, I think he's very exciting. So, looking forward to him going forward.
I do recall he was nominated for a Guineas. Obviously, we've seen that run a couple of weeks ago. Do you still think potentially, with a little bit of time, we could see him out to 7 furlongs, maybe even a mile in time?
I think so, yeah. I think it's just more he's just got to settle in his races. That's why we chose to drop him back to the 1,000 instead of going to 14 last week. We just thought he's probably just still a little bit too brilliant to test over that yet. And he's a really nice horse. You personally had such a great association with the champion of Australian racing in Vega Magic. You never got to saddle him up in a Group 1 yourself. Can Dom Toshute deliver you and your dad's first Group 1 in about half an hour's time? I'm hoping so. The way he's going, he's definitely going well enough, and it'd be a dream if he could.
Fingers crossed. Well done.
No, thank you.
Okay, while we're waiting for Chris Parnham to come over, we might have a look at the Northerly market, because Zaki is all the rage. James McDonald only has the one ride. He arrived yesterday. He's on a late flight back tonight to get back to Hong Kong. And he's here to ride Zaki. And we spoke to him just a moment ago, Ronnie, and he said Zaki, he doesn't think, has ever looked better.
Yeah, that's 100% right. We've got a confident jockey, as he usually is in the big Group 1s, James McDonald, and the vibes are the horses thrived over here. So I don't think they'll have too many excuses as far as what his health is concerned. He's enjoyed his time over here, and if he puts his best foot forward, I think the key to him is the 1800. Like, you look at his 1800 metre form. He's won 3 Hollandales. He's won an Underwood. He was second in an Underwood, and he loves a month between runs. The backup was just too quick for him last time.
270 Zaki. Alsafina, it's been the big move in the Northerly Stakes, $4.80. Bustler, the railway winner, $9. Tricks of the Trade, last year's railway winner, $12. And a lot of good men, 13 is one of the 3-year-olds. Here's Chris Parnham now with Scotty.
Well, Chris, he looked like he had wonderful form to take on the older horses today, but talk us through, as the barriers open, it looked like he was a little bit scratchy.
He was. Normally get a tail on him, but he was actually standing pretty good, like he was going to jump, so I didn't bother with the tail. He jumped okay, but just 1,000 metres, they went really fast, and he's probably looking for 1,200 now at this stage of his prep, so I think he did a good job to reel him in late.
Even at the top of the home straight, it looked like there was a gap there for you, but he was going to have to still take it because it wasn't that great.
Yeah, he just took a while to sort of build through his gears a little bit. I think just coming back from that hard run 1,200 in the Placid Arc, he was sort of looking for that trip again, but no doubt he'll stretch out and at his next start or two.
What's your expectation for a lot of good men? Obviously, it's been a tough week for you, 52 kilos.
I've surprisingly done it okay. Like, I've been keeping an eye on my weight for a fair while. But look, I had my first sit on him on Tuesday morning, and felt good to me. Barrier's good, so yeah, with a bit of luck, he'll be right at the finish.
Best of luck in half an hour. Well done here.
Cool, thanks.
This wonderful racing family, the Parnham family, 2010, Stephen and Neville with Playing God, a 3-year-old. The following year, Stephen and Neville with Playing God, back to back. He won it as a 4-year-old. 2013, Stephen Parnham for Fred Kersley, won on It's a Him. Later in his career, he went on and won 2 Darwin Cups, that horse. And then the Parnhams had to wait a few years